day, everyone. It's Mary. Thanks so much for joining me here for our color and chat. I chose this set right here because this is from a Simon Says stamp set from eons ago. Probably like, I don't know, last year, 2 years ago, when I first started my YouTube channel. And I have not played with it since. Shame on me. So we're pulling it out and we are going to color it up with some Spectrum Noir Alcohol Markers. Okay, so last color and chat, we talked about the thumbs down button. Thank you everyone for your input. I thought we had wonderful conversation in the comments below, so I do appreciate that. Ironically, that video got the most thumbs down I've ever gotten. So I had to laugh about that. And truly, I am not concerned about thumbs down, so rest assured, we're all good. Okay, so we are going to be talking about what I put a vote out for, which I kind of knew if I put all the above, you guys were going to choose that. So I should have just left it out, but I'll try to address all the topics. So one of the first topics was, or the first was, the most embarrassing moment. So I was thinking about it and I thought, my gosh, when have I been like super embarrassed? I'm sure it has happened, but I think I laugh at myself too much that I may not register it as embarrassing, and maybe it's like the human normal response should be, Mary, you should be embarrassed by that. I don't know. But I have to say, most recently at the crafting event that we had on the Make, we were stamping, and not one person, multiple people, and if you were there, you know, we're like, hey, Mary and Corin, can we get some clear blocks to stamp with? And I look over at Corin and I was like, did you bring clear blocks? I didn't bring clear blocks. And she's like, nope. We brought Misties and Stampin' platforms, and I even brought an old school Stampin' press, but we didn't bring any acrylic blocks. And so I was like, what is happening? First of all, we're fired. And secondly, you don't do that. Like, that's like going camping and forgetting the tent. I mean, sure, you can sleep out under the stars, but what if it rains? What if you have a small little heart stamp that you want to put on your card? No acrylic block. Anyway, but in that moment, there were some extremely innovative people. I did not see, I'm so sorry, I did not see which one of you ladies used your phone to stamp with, but kudos to you. Tana Lowhouse, she has a channel, check her out. She used a bottle cap top to stamp her heart out. I was like, well, look at that. Maybe we did it on purpose. So you can use your creative minds. Anyway, that was kind of embarrassing. Okay, so moving on. The nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. I have to put a caveat in this sharing of my stories here. Anytime my husband goes to, we shop at the thrift store a lot. Side note, if you've watched my craft space video, you'll know. But whenever he goes there and he finds something crafty related that he thinks I can use, and he brings it home for me. So it just warms my heart because he loves that I love this hobby so much. And so when he sees me happy, he's happy. So it's just, I know I should have flying hearts on the screen right now. But that to me is probably the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. Him just being my husband. So I should thank him. A separate thing that's not my husband, I received in the mail recently a book. It is the Dr. Seuss book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. And my God, I opened it and I was like, oh, this book is great. It is from my old unit that I used to work with in Florida, right before we moved here. And I had recently made promotion in my job. And so all the people I used to work with there signed this book. And I'm going to start crying just talking about it. But when I opened it up, because the book itself was amazing, but when I opened up the book and saw all of their notes in there for me, I lost it. I was like, oh my God. Okay, I got to stop talking about it. I'm going to start crying. But truly one of the nicest things anyone's ever done for me, to coordinate that and organize it and get it all signed up by all those people. And then to send it to me, like, wow, that just meant the world to me. If you have not read that book ever or in a while, you need to. Like, it is just incredible. It is leadership lessons. It is life lessons. It is so brilliant. We sat down and I read it with my kids the other day, and there's a page in there about the waiting room. Check it out. I'll put a link below if you wanted to get it, but you could probably just Google it online. The lyrics, the words. But there's a part in there about the waiting room. And it's basically talking about how so many people in the world are just waiting for the next thing to happen, and they're not making it happen. And I looked over at Adia and I was like, interpret this page for me. What does this mean to you? And she said that you're not challenging yourself. And I was just like, okay, all right, she's getting it. So great book. So that was one of the nicest things anyone's ever done for me. So thank you. You know who you are, even though you probably don't watch these videos. Okay. The next thing, dream car, house, or craft room. So my dream car, okay, ever since I was a kid, my dream car has been a sapphire blue Lamborghini. I'll show you a picture right here. Yeah, this is why it's called a dream car. Now, my practical favorite car is the Honda Odyssey that I own because, let's face it, it is super practical. And when you have kids, you don't have to worry about them opening the doors and slamming into other people. That is worth its weight in gold because, yeah, we used to have a Jeep Cherokee before. Oh, I guess my kids weren't old enough to open their own doors. Oh, no, we had a Honda Accord right before we moved here. And they had to open the doors and, like, hit other cars. I'm like, ah. So I love being in the van. But anyway, back to the dream car. Yeah, the dream car will never happen. But I would love to sit in one. That would be super cool. I saw one on the street a couple years ago, and it stopped me in my tracks. I just stopped and stared at it, and I was like, oh, my God, could that be? And I think I was in Los Angeles, go figure, at the time. But that's my dream car. My dream house this is a dream. Remember, people, we're not living in the real world here. My dream house would be on the banks or cliffs of a house in New England where I can look over, and it's not like fun beachy house. It's like you can look over and see the ocean, but you're like in cold weather. I don't know how to describe it, but and like an old house, where I can just decorate it and just make it my own. That would be amazing. More practically, a small home, a quaint home, I just want a craft room. I just want my own craft room. That's it. But I don't want to be like tucked away and forgotten because I do actually like having my craft room somewhat in the middle of the house. My dream craft room would be just where I have everything organized. That would be my dream space, which I have to do myself, I know. Other than that, I don't need all the latest and greatest and best, and maybe one day I'll have it and, it'll be nice, but I also want a huge table in my craft room because I have to have people over and craft. When I was at the On the Make event last weekend, I was so happy just to be around other people, even though I couldn't craft with you all, which we have to fix that because I need to be sitting down and making something too. We're going to revamp the situation so that me and Corin can craft too. But it was just so nice to be around everybody. I miss those days. I used to go to my friend Brenda's house in Kansas when I lived there. And she's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And we used to craft once a month. And it was so much fun. I just so enjoyed it. And all the ladies, we had a good time. And I really missed that. And so that's why Corin and I were like, hey, let's do this event. And we want to do way more. So maybe when I retire from my job in a few years, I'll be able to devote a lot of attention to that. Okay, so that's enough of me rambling on. Share in the comment section any one or all of those topics that you want to share. I want to hear them. I want to read them. They're great. I will do my best to respond as soon as possible. But before I go, I also want to put out a call. If you are interested in doing a card drive with me, we are going to be sending cards to children's hospitals. We're going to start with Seattle Hospital, the children's hospital out there, then Philadelphia. And then if we have enough cards this go around, I'm going to disperse to as many children's hospitals as I can find. And I will update you on where they go. I think this is a wonderful thing. All the details on the cards are listed below. So please read that so that you don't send cards I can't send to them. And even if you just sent one card, if you wanted to just donate one card, you can put it in an envelope, address it to me, and I will replace the envelope for the card. So Just if you want to participate, details are listed below. Trying to get those cards in, delivered them or send them out to the hospitals by the 1st of March. So if you would like to, please do so. I know the kids would just be enamored with all the wonderful things you guys make. So yeah, all right. Well, that's it for me. I will see you all in the next color and chat or the next card making video. Bye-bye.